In this lecture, I'm going to teach you how to propose a toast. You heard me right. You don't make a toast, you propose a toast. What is the context of this? Well, point number one, you need to understand that a toast is a type of speech. You still need an opening, there's a body of the speech, and there's a conclusion. And as a consequence, you can't just get up and start speaking. It's important for you, even if you're asked at the event to propose a toast, that you spend some time, even if it's 5 minutes, just to put some thoughts on a piece of paper before you go and read, or on your iPad or your mobile device. Start off with some sort of engaging opening. The body of the toast should be 3 points that's either dedicated to the person or to the event. It depends what you're toasting to. And you have a conclusion of the toast, which summarizes your main talk. Number 2, the mood and how you deliver your toast should fit the occasion. So if you're toasting to an event that's a little bit informal, maybe it's to a gathering of people at your house, and it's a party that's, say, a 21st or a 40th party, but it's a bit more informal. The mood of that and how you deliver to a formal engagement, say at a work function, is very different. So the choice of the words, the type of stories that you share also changes depending on the mood. So bear that in mind as you construct your speech. Number 3, your reference point is very critical. When someone asks you to deliver a toast speech, ask specifically, am I toasting to the occasion or am I toasting to the person? Because that will change the content of your toast. If you are at an event and you are honoring, say, a 40th birthday, but perhaps there are 3 people who are celebrating birthdays. So you're not necessarily giving a speech or a toast for individual people who are celebrating their 40th birthday, but you're toasting to the occasion of celebrating a 40th birthday, say. Then the way you construct the body of that speech talks about why 40 is a big number, and you'd construct it more on the point of turning 40, versus if you are speaking of a particular person. And that takes me to point number 4. Once you've got that reference point, then you want to personalize your speech with stories, with quotes, either to acknowledge the occasion or to acknowledge the recipient. Number 5, be very careful with humor. A toast speech is very quick, and unless you're one of those personalities that can pull off some humor, don't try to insert humor if you're not naturally funny, because I believe it distracts from the toast. And you also need to be very sensitive to the audience members who might take a little bit of offense to something that you might be saying. Number 6, the timing of a toast speech is very short, roughly around 2 to 2.5 minutes. Number 7, once you come to the conclusion of your toast speech, you want to raise your glass, and as you raise your glass, you ask people to stand up, raise their glasses, and it could be any type of beverage that they have in their hand, as long as they have something in their hand. And at that point, you can now move on to point number 8. Deliver a line that you're going to ask your audience to repeat after you. So it sounds something like, I'd like to propose a toast, and you have your glass in your hand, to our birthday celebrations. And I'd like you to repeat after me, to a long and happy life. And so the audience will repeat after you, to a long and happy life. And once they have taken a sip of their beverage, then you lead them into an applause. And once they have done that, ask them to be seated. And once they sit down, you are officially done with your toast speech. I hope these 8 points have helped you to deliver a toast speech, because our next speech is something very different. On the next lecture, I'm going to teach you about video conference etiquette. Let's get there.